Love, love, love. It's such a good feeling that everyone enjoys and loves. Now, what do you do when that good feeling becomes a bit too much? Today we are talking about how you can be less needy in a relationship. Good day, beautiful people. You are watching Building Calm with Boo Boo. This is a channel where you learn about how to do life. People start relationships and it's all sweet and rosy and everyone is happy till one party seems to be a little bit or too much into the other one. When you recognize that now your girlfriend or your boyfriend or you are doing all this, you are calling now and again, constantly asking the whereabouts, you are just jealous, you don't want them to go out and enjoy with their friends, you want them to be always with you. You get nervous about their cell phone, you want to know what's happening. Then you should check yourself. These people can play a very good investigator. You will not believe it. They will actually come with their receipt. I know this. I was once one. I used to trace phone calls, SMSs, WhatsApp, you name it, and come to my own conclusion. Okay, now let's continue with the video. Enough about me. Insecurities may lead to manipulating the situation. If it happens that you recognize yourself that you tend to be a little bit or a lot clingy in relationships, don't be ashamed with this behavior. It tends to happen to most of us. It is a natural thing that humans are born with, more like all the other needs that we experience in our lives. In psychology, it's called the attachment system. You just need to understand it so it will be easier to deal with it. Be able to recognize it so that you can address it easily. So relax. If you are clingy, we can't throw you away. Let's learn to address it right now. Number 1, self-awareness. As a person, it is important to get to a point where you know yourself. Try to find out what you really feel or need when exposed to a situation which leads you to come across as needy. Ask yourself some questions. If you are scared, ask yourself what would really be the worst situation to happen to you. If it really comes true, what could be the worst result? Ask yourself what would happen if you end up alone. You can write down your thoughts, come up with solutions in the questions that you ask yourself. Ask yourself about the emotions that you might be feeling. If, let's say, you feel overwhelmed, you're thinking of sending a text to your partner just because you're thinking the worst, slow down right there. In that moment, ask yourself if it's really a solution. If you see that it is, then is it long term or it's just for now? What are you hoping will happen with the text? If it's a validation, how long do you think it will last? Try to acknowledge your feelings. At this moment, if you have, maybe now you can recognize that you are just scared, or you are maybe stressed, then now you can ask yourself, where is this coming from? What triggered this feeling? This can be a difficult one because you gotta peel the layers. Sometimes you might find that something like this happened way before. An ex did something that resulted to you just predicting situations with your own scenarios. In you questioning yourself, also look at your responses. Ask if do they really for what is happening. Look at the intensity of your emotions. Is it a match of what is happening? Check out into your values. What do you really value? See if you are not compromising these. Members, do not be afraid to be alone. Value your alone time. Make sure you maximize it. Understand it's just a time to grow yourself. Number 2, connect. When you are in a relationship, it is advisable to be still in connection with other people outside your relationship. Be it family, a sibling, cousin, a friend, colleague, or a person from church, person from the gym, or anyone you can trust. It's for your own good. It is okay to talk, ask things, get things from other perspectives. Now, with a grain of salt, not as pure as the Bible. Try to also find some time to spend with these people, other than your significant other. Communicate with them, and do not feel guilty about it. This will improve those feelings of attachment. Engage in your interests that you had before the relationship. That will keep you being you, not diluted. Don't put things on hold. If you feel that you do not have other people in your life, try to find them. If not, find a hobby. Number 3, hobbies. Ask yourself, what would you say you do on your own, alone, that is exciting without your partner? Even if it's just walking around the block with your dog or going for window shopping. If you enjoy that, then do it. Then give yourself to do it on your own regularly. Remember, members, to know that you love somebody for sure. It should be okay that you can go do other things with other people for a while and miss that person. Then you come back to them more fonder. That creates a healthier relationship. Do not end up compromising your time for last-minute arrangements. I know. In relationships, people compromise. But if you keep doing this, you will end up resenting your partner for it. Number 4, have your own life. When you start a relationship with someone, you like that person for them, who they are. Now, when you lose that sense of self to adapt that of your partner, then you defeat the purpose. You have changed. Tell me, what can your girlfriend or boyfriend now love about you when you have changed or moved everything about you to meet theirs? Have your own life going. It will excite your partner so much. Be busy with improving your life. Now listen carefully. I didn't say act busy. I said be busy. We don't have time for acting right here. We are doers. It can suffocate your partner so much to realize that for you to function, you need them. It becomes really a burden for them. It is so hard to lift somebody else's spirit compared to just compliment them. So you having your life going on, it's a way of you not being selfish. Try to do something new. It could be a business or start a course, study something, or any other things that improve your life. Number 5, communicate. Communicate with your bae. Do not assume things and express yourself. Communication is a key. You will find out what you have in mind is a totally different thing in their mind. Communication can be so helpful. It can address some of the things that you are afraid of and clarify some of the insecurities that you had, maybe. It requires you to check yourself really, because it is a two-way process. It needs you to sit down and also listen, which somehow can educate you about some things, either about you or the other person. If you find this information helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Comment with what you think. That is all for this video, members. Let's sure to meet on the next upcoming one. Remember to be good to yourselves and to people around you. It all makes this world that we live in much better.